A wild scene on Capitol Hill today, to say the least, where GOP lawmakers in the House, they organized this testimony from a witness who had to call in from behind bars, from prison, for an inquiry into Hunter Biden. And the president, that NBC News reported, largely lost its steam weeks ago, even within the Republican Party. I want to bring in NBC's Ryan Nobles, who's live for us on Capitol Hill, to talk more about this. It has been quite a contentious last couple of hours. Ryan, walk us through the highlights here.
Yeah, well, it's very clear, Yasmin, that Republicans and Democrats have a different view about the trajectory of this impeachment inquiry. And what Republicans hoped to do today was bring forward a collection of witnesses who would help to corroborate their overall claims that the current president, Joe Biden, was directly involved in his son and his brother's business dealings, both foreign and domestic, and that he used the power of his office to benefit those businesses. And what they've been able to elicit so far from these witnesses, one, Tony Bobulinski, who you see on screen right now, and the other, Jason Galanis, who is testifying from behind bars in federal prison, is that it was their belief that Hunter Biden was certainly trading on his father's name, that Joe Biden was the brand that he was selling. Where they've fallen short, though, is providing any direct evidence that Joe Biden himself was actually involved, even if Hunter Biden may have been claiming that. Listen to one of the exchanges from earlier today.
What is the crime, sir? Specifically,
you asked me to answer the question. I answered the question.
No.
RICO, you're obviously not familiar with. Corruption
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. RICO is not a crime. It is a category. What we are seeing here today is a continuation of the 15-month saga of the Republican majority lost in the desert.
I mean, how low can you get? Then it's the Republicans' idea that this is the best guy they can get to testify against the president. This is the best guy they can get. A guy sitting in prison who can't even be here.
And it's also important to point out that Republicans did invite Hunter Biden, who is, of course, the key witness in this investigation, kind of the foundation of the Republican claims. And even though Hunter Biden sat for a lengthy closed-door deposition with this committee, he declined the invitation to participate today, despite saying before that he'd preferred to testify publicly. He said basically that he would only testify if the hearing was all-encompassing around the topic of influence peddling, and someone like Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law, was invited to the hearing as well. Yasmin, I think the big question a lot of people are going to be left with after this hearing wraps up is what is next in this impeachment inquiry. As you rightly point out, even rank-and-file Republicans are starting to question whether or not there is any enough evidence, I should say, to put on the floor articles of impeachment, or if this committee will take a different direction, do something like send criminal referrals to the Department of Justice instead. I think all of that is on the table right now, but there's no real clear path forward for House Republicans when it comes to this investigation. Yasmin.
All right, Ryan Nobles. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it.